Daniel the Duck's Adventure. Once upon a time, there was a little duck named Daniel. He lived in a small pond with his family and friends. One day, while Daniel was swimming in the pond, he noticed something shiny on the other side of the bank. It was a beautiful golden feather. Daniel had never seen anything like it before. He knew he had to have it. So he set out on a quest to retrieve the feather. As he swam closer to the bank, he noticed a large log blocking his way. Daniel was a little scared, but he knew he had to get past the log to reach the feather. He took a deep breath and started to paddle towards the log. Just as he was about to reach it, the log suddenly moved. It was actually a giant crocodile. Daniel was terrified. He tried to swim away, but the crocodile was too fast. Just as the crocodile was about to snap at him, Daniel had an idea. He quickly quacked as loud as he could, causing the crocodile to pause. Daniel then said, "Please don't eat me. I just want to get that golden feather on the other side of the bank." The crocodile chuckled and said, "Why didn't you just say so? I can help you get it." Daniel was surprised. He had never expected the crocodile to be friendly. The crocodile swam over to the bank and used his powerful jaws to lift the log out of the way, creating a path for Daniel to swim through. As Daniel swam towards the feather, he realized that he couldn't reach it with his short little wings. He was about to give up when he heard a rustling in the bushes. Out popped a wise old owl. "Do not give up, young Daniel," said the owl. "You have come so far already. Believe in yourself and you will find a way to reach that feather." Daniel took a deep breath and closed his eyes, picturing himself holding the feather in his beak. And then, something magical happened. His wings started to grow longer and stronger, allowing him to reach the feather. Daniel was overjoyed. He held the feather up high and exclaimed, "I did it." As Daniel swam back to his pond with his newfound treasure, he felt proud of himself. He had overcome his fears and accomplished his goal. And as he drifted off to sleep that night, he couldn't help but smile, knowing that he had the most beautiful feather in all the land. The next day, Daniel woke up feeling happy and content. He couldn't wait to show his family and friends his beautiful golden feather. As he swam around the pond, he noticed that his friends were all gathered in one spot. He swam over to see what was going on. To his surprise, he saw that his friends had all brought him gifts. One had brought him a shiny rock, another had picked a beautiful flower, and another had made a necklace out of blades of grass. Daniel was touched by his friends' thoughtfulness. He realized that the true treasure was not the golden feather, but the love and support of his family and friends. From that day on, Daniel knew that he didn't need material possessions to be happy. He had all he needed with the love of his family and friends. And he lived happily ever after. After the day of the gifts, Daniel began to see the world in a different way. He realized that while it was nice to have beautiful things, it was even more important to have the love and support of his family and friends. He started to spend more time with his loved ones, going on adventures with his siblings and sharing meals with his parents. He even made some new friends in the pond and started to explore the area around the pond more. One day, while he was swimming near the edge of the pond, he noticed a small fish flopping around on the shore. It looked like it had gotten stuck there and couldn't get back into the water. Daniel knew he had to help the fish. He paddled over to it and said, "Don't worry, little fish. I'll help you back into the water." He used his beak to nudge the fish back into the pond. The fish swam away, looking happy and grateful. From that day on, Daniel made it his mission to help other creatures in need. He would rescue bugs that had gotten stuck in spider webs, and he would help animals that had fallen into the pond and couldn't get out. His kind heart and selflessness soon made him very popular in the pond. The other creatures started to look up to him as a hero, and he felt a sense of pride and fulfillment. One day, while he was out on a rescue mission, he met a young duckling who was lost and couldn't find its way back to its family. Daniel knew how scary it could be to be lost, so he took the little duckling under his wing and helped it find its way back home. The duckling's family was overjoyed to see their little one back safe and sound, and they were grateful to Daniel for his help. They invited him to dinner and made him feel like part of their family. Daniel realized that he had found his true calling in life, helping others. He continued to be a hero in the pond, rescuing and helping any creature in need. And as he drifted off to sleep each night, he felt content knowing that he had made a positive impact on the world around him. He knew that he was living a life of purpose and meaning, and he couldn't be happier. One day, Daniel was out exploring the pond when he saw a group of ducks flying overhead. They were headed south, and he realized that they were migrating for the winter. Daniel had never considered the idea of migration before. He loved his home in the pond and couldn't imagine leaving it behind. But as he watched the ducks fly away, he felt a pang of curiosity. He decided to swim around the pond and talk to the other animals about migration. The birds told him all about their experiences flying to warmer climates for the winter, and the fish told him about their journeys to deeper waters. Daniel was fascinated by their stories, but he still wasn't sure if he wanted to leave his home. He decided to think about it some more. As the days went by, Daniel started to notice that the leaves on the trees were changing colors. The air was getting colder, and he knew that winter was coming. He began to feel restless, wondering what it would be like to fly south with the other birds. But he still wasn't sure if he was ready to leave his home behind. One day, as he was swimming through the pond, he saw a group of ducks who were getting ready to leave for their migration. They were packing up their nests and saying goodbye to their friends. Daniel watched them from a distance, feeling a mixture of envy and sadness. He knew that he was going to miss his friends and family, but he also felt a sense of excitement at the thought of exploring new places. As the group of ducks took off into the sky, Daniel made a decision. He was going to go on a migration journey of his own. He spent the next few days getting ready for his journey. He packed some food and supplies, said goodbye to his family and friends, and took off into the sky. As he soared through the air, he felt a sense of freedom and exhilaration. He was on an adventure, exploring new places and meeting new creatures. As he flew over mountains and rivers, he realized that he had made the right decision. He had followed his curiosity and his heart, and it had led him to a new and exciting experience. And as he settled into his new home for the winter, he knew that he had grown in ways he never could have imagined. He had learned the value of taking risks, following his dreams, and exploring the world around him. And with that, Daniel drifted off to sleep, feeling happy, fulfilled, and ready for whatever adventures lay ahead. Over the course of the winter, Daniel met many new friends and had countless adventures. He explored new bodies of water, made friends with different species of birds and animals, and even helped some of them out when they needed assistance. One day, Daniel met a young swan named Sophie. She was lost and didn't know how to find her way back to her family. Daniel felt a pang of sympathy for her and offered to help her out. Together, they traveled through the wilderness, braving storms and encountering other creatures along the way. Daniel used his knowledge of the land and his instinctual sense of direction to guide them both. After several days of traveling, they finally arrived at a large lake where Sophie's family was waiting for her. Sophie was overjoyed to be reunited with her family, and she thanked Daniel for his help. Daniel felt proud of himself for being able to assist someone in need. He realized that he had grown stronger and more capable over the course of his migration journey, and that he was capable of achieving great things if he put his mind to it. As the winter drew to a close, Daniel knew that it was time to head back home. He said goodbye to his new friends and took off into the sky, eager to return to his beloved pond. When he finally arrived back home, he was greeted with open wings by his family and friends. They listened with awe and admiration as he recounted his incredible journey and all of the new experiences he had encountered. As he settled back into his old routines, Daniel realized that he had changed in ways that he couldn't have predicted. He was braver, more confident, and more adventurous than he had ever been before. And as he drifted off to sleep that night, he knew that he was ready for whatever challenges and adventures lay ahead. For he had learned that there was a whole world out there waiting to be explored, and that he had the courage and the determination to go out and discover it. Daniel discovered the world by embarking on a long and adventurous migration journey. This journey not only allowed him to explore new territories and meet new friends but also to face and overcome numerous challenges along the way. By trusting his instincts and relying on his knowledge of the land, he was able to navigate through storms, find food and water, and protect himself from predators. Throughout his journey, Daniel discovered his own strength and resilience, and this allowed him to gain the confidence and courage to keep exploring and facing new challenges. He also learned the importance of helping others and the rewards that come with making new friends and discovering new things. Ultimately, Daniel's discovery of the world was not just a physical journey but also a journey of self-discovery, growth, and development. It allowed him to realize his own potential, overcome his fears, and become a more confident and adventurous duck. Good night, little one. More stories on every new page.